And welcome back one and all. My name is Eltimar and we are going to be continuing our Let's Play of Neverwinter 2. Where we left off last time, we're in the glowstone caverns. We picked up the glowstone, I think. Yes, we did. So we have the glowstone. We're going to meet up with the dryad. Give it to her. Possibly have to kill her. We'll see. We're going to also explore this giant room where there's a huge spider named Kestrel. An enormous spider emerges from the shadows and scuttles towards you. Its massive abdomen glimmers with a pale, unearthly light. Uh-oh, looks like we made another friend, and it's a big one. God, the thing is huge, but why isn't it attacking? It doesn't seem to be attacking, but what I wouldn't give for a huge book to crush it flat right now. As it draws closer, the spider pauses, regarding you with a multitude of eyes. What do you want? For a long moment, the spider waves its mandibles, as if considering a response, then it begins to scratch a symbol into the ground with its foreleg. This spider is highly intelligent. Why, those glyphs are close enough to writing to... My, this is fascinating. The spider completes the first symbol, inspects it for a moment, then adds several more. I'm not sure what you're trying to say. If we can't understand it, I say we leave it alone. It's been doing just fine by itself down here. Come on. Maybe we need to bring a druid here. Kestrel, eh? Maybe we'll go pick up Eleni and then see if we can figure out what's going on. As long as it doesn't become hostile to us, I'm perfectly okay with that plan. And we'll have a quicker way in next time when we open that boulder area, so it'll work out great. We're gonna come back with a dryad for Kestrel. Oh, trap triggered. We got away though. We are still getting away though. Yes. Nailed it. We found an ore vein and a corpse. The corpse is a corpse with a crossbow. That's really all. So we're going to leave out of this area. This is going to put us back in the Duskwood area. We're not going to have magic again, obviously. And the boulder is now officially gone, so we can come back there at any time. I'm going to go grab Eleni. I'm sure she knows a little bit about spiders. At the very least, she might be able to understand what they're saying, or trying to say. Maybe we should bring back two people that might know what it's saying. We'll bring back our ranger, and we'll bring back our druid as well. That's actually a pretty good idea. So we're going to get rid of Sand and Quora for now, and we're going to bring Bishop and Eleni. An odd party to be sure, but we do need to figure out what the spider is saying. That's what I want. Also, I'm going to check my sound really quickly. It looks okay, but it might be really loud. Why can't I get to my sound volume checker? Oh, that's Wi-Fi. I'm dumb. Sorry. 2 seconds. Alright, perfect. Everything's all good. Alright, moving on. Yeah, you guys are leveled up, but I don't really foresee any sort of a fight at the moment. I mean, maybe. You know what? We'll level up when we get there. Duskwood. Oh, right. We have to have Sand with us. Wait, what? Hang on, what? It says we must have Sand with us to go to port last. Proceed. Yeah. Oh, I see. Okay, so we have to bring Sand. We'll bring Eleni and Bishop. Can I get more people in here? No. Alright, we'll bring them. Okay, can we go now? Or no? Now we're going. Perfect. Okay, we're going to level them up really quickly just to make sure that they don't horrifically die in the fight. Next, recommend... Wait, what was it? Okay, good. It did do Wisdom. That's important. Wisdom is pretty much top-notch for druids. Plant Wild Shape, that sounds cool. And Extend Spell? Nope. Let's go with something like Elephant's Hide. No, never mind. Let's go with Maximize Spell. I love Maximize Spell.
Yeah.
And we'll level up Bishop as well, even though he's a putz. Dodge, sounds good to me. You, not you. You.
Yeah.
At least you guys have animal companions.
What do you want?
That makes you moderately useful. As long as the spider doesn't kill me, or attack me, I don't really care what they do. But we were gone for a while. How are these webs still here? That's just not cool. I guess we're going the long way around. Okay, now. Giant spider. Quick save. Hello, spider. Not sure what you're trying to say. It may be an outcast, and it looks hungry, but not for us. The spider clacks its mandibles excitedly and scribbles another series of marks in the dirt. I'll feed Miri and Jilla's insect collection to the spider. The spider deftly tears apart the little wooden boxes and thrusts its fangs into squirming weevils and grubs. After happily feeding for some time, the spider raises its fangs and scratches out another marking in the dirt with its foreleg. I think it wants to come with us. It looks happy. Gauze, those fangs are huge, and it's still got insect bits on them. It seems we made a friend. I suggest you let it down easy with a polite but firm refusal. I'd be honored to have you join us, if you're sure. It seems nature has given us a gift, and we need all the help we can get. Allies from nature are welcome. I hope we can gather more. Nature has many gifts, and she will support us in our struggles as long as we respect the land. I cannot believe we are doing this. The spider twitches its mandibles excitedly in the dirt and sketches a single graceful rune. That looks like the elvish symbol for friendship, Kistrel, as good a name as any. The spider clicks its mandibles twice and scuttles away into the darkness. You sense that you will soon see the creature again. How cool is that, guys? We got a spider companion. A giant spider companion. That makes me so happy. Alright, let's go back to get our normal group. And then the Orc King will continue onwards. I wonder who would win between Carnweir and Fluffykins. I'm gonna go with Fluffykins, probably. I think Fluffykins is more powerful. Mostly because he's a dinosaur. And dinosaurs would, well, predatory dinosaurs would beat out wolves any day of the week. Except in a cold climate. Maybe not so good then. Nox District. Can we go straight to the... No. I was hoping we could go straight to the tavern, although it might take us straight there anyways. Yes, it does. That's cool. I like that. That's pretty important. Alright, we're going back in. We're getting rid of Bishop and Eleni, and Sand for the moment. I want my group to be in order this time. So we got Kelgar, Chandra, Quora, Sand, accept. Alright, let's go talk to the Druid. Or Dryad, sorry, not the Druid. She's definitely not a Druid. I mean, Dryads are kind of Druids, insofar as they both sort of revere nature, but Dryads are sort of one with nature. They are nature. They're sort of like an incarnation of nature, whereas Druids are sort of just like hippies. Yeah. That's pretty much what it is. Alright, let's go give this back. This glowstone to her. Hopefully she'll be super happy and give us the powder as we made a deal on that one. And if not, then we'll kill everything around her and then take it from her cold dead body. And then we'll gain a level at some point. It's coming up here pretty quick. What level are we? We are level 12. Okay, we're getting there. We still have 3 more levels of Dread Dragon Disciple to go. If I were... Oh, there's Lisa. Okay. Did you find the glowstone? Here it is. Now the powder? Yes, might at last take the powder and be gone from my grove. The powder by itself won't be enough. There are many magics that can change appearance. Still, the power combined with the other clues can only help our cause. She says nothing. Okay, bye. She didn't attack. That's pretty good. Let's go tell her that Naya is done. And we can go back and tell that one woman that Bradbury is dead as well. So we have a couple of things to drop off, and then we'll go talk to Elgen again. There might be some more information we can get on Elgen. Try and get him to change his story a little bit. Because we definitely did not kill the town. Although, and he definitely did not save the town, for the record. Now, if I were Naya, where would I be? You're up here. Yes. Alright. Going to drop off this quest. We meet again. I did as you asked. Then the people of Ember will rest in peace. You have a good heart. I thank you. I kept this amulet all these years. It belonged to my love, but I think it will suit you well. However you use it, I hope it will aid you in your travels. The Amulet of the Doom Guide. That just sounds sort of evil and awesome. It is immunity to death magic, only usable by lawful. And we are neutral evil, so. I think I've been doing way more chaotic things than I have been in lawful things recently. We definitely have a downslide towards the chaotic. Malin. Nope, Malin's the wrong person. Farewell. We'll talk to you again in a second. Kalindra. My pardons, but do you have any news of Bradbury? I found his body inside of a cave in the Duskwood. How many times did I tell him? Braun should always be tempered by caution and wisdom. I'll miss him, even if he was a fool. What will you do now? Without Bradbury, I do not know. I will stay here for a time and look for work. If I find nothing, I will have no choice but to return alone to Alm and to my father's employ. If I hear of suitable opportunities, I'll be sure to tell you. For that, I would be doubly grateful. In Alm, a coin in the right pocket is all that is required to secure a contract. Here, it's all in who you know. True that. Anyways, we can get into level, so that was awesome. We're going to gain another Red Dragon Disciple level. We will take some Diplomacy. And maybe a Bluff. Bluff is not a class skill of ours, though. There we go. Maybe we'll do that. That's a good idea. No feats this level. Actually, a really boring level for our character. We didn't even get stat ups or anything. Kind of sucks. Boring, boring level. Anyways. Our fighter gained a level. No, nothing there either. Maybe some spells, though. Here we go. We have a level 6 spell to pick. And it's going to be Isaac's Greater Missile Swarm. And we also have a level 5 one to do. And it is going to be... Arc of Lightning, I think. Oh, we have other spells too. We have level 4 as well. Contagion's actually a pretty good spell. Ice Storm is not bad. Greater Invisibility also pretty good. Wall of Fire is always fun. Evard's Black Tentacles are actually really cool. I like them. So we'll take them. They're not the best spell by any means, but they're just fun. That's it. And Send gained a level, of course. Oh, we have level 7 spells. Damn, that's awesome. Okay, we need to pick some good ones here. What's a Vasculate? Range attack, reduce half its current hit points and stun. On a fort. Oh, damn, yeah, okay. Half the hit points of a creature in a single hit. Even if it saves, the saving throw just makes sure it's not stunned instead. Okay, and Mordekainen's Sword is a great, great spell.
Yes.
And Chandra leveled up as well, so she's a level something fighter, but she didn't get anything special either, so that's where we're at with that. Let's go talk to Malin again. I'm investigating the murders in Ember. Anything you can tell me? Oh, we already did. We talked about this. Oh, wait a minute. Hang on. Something new happened there. Okay, I'm just gonna... I'll read it all in a second here. Okay. I said... Well met, what can I do for you? I'm investigating the murders in Ember. What's to investigate? The village is destroyed and everyone's dead. Could have been brigands or God knows what else, but a Lord's justice won't bring those villagers back to life. Anything you can tell me about the place? Depends what you mean. I don't know much about Port Last, but I could bend your ear for hours about the land betwixt here and the Luskan border. Mostly it's trackless forest, though they say the wood has magical properties. Me, I don't cut down trees, not when there's dryads and worse lurking about. The only place of note is Duskwood Grove, but it's gone strange of late. Used to be deer there, plentiful hunting. Now something's driven all the deer away, nothing but ferocious beasts and stranger things for miles around the grove. Wait, didn't Elgen say he was hunting deer when Ember was attacked? Unless he was hunting deer that were uncommonly strange and ferocious, I think the man has some explaining to do. Elgen, eh? Back again. I'm sure I can spare some time for you. You were hunting deer in the Duskwood. Malin says there's no deer to be found there at all. I saw plenty. I don't know what she's talking about. Look, it's obvious you know I wasn't there. What do you want from me? I want to know what... Why did you say you were there? Free ale and the attention of women, of course? You think someone like me could get that otherwise? Tell me what actually happened. I heard there was a dryad in the Duskwood, so I figured, well, you know what dryads are. With men, I mean. Oh, gods, how predictable. I didn't get too far before the wolves chased me away, so I decided to stop in Ember for a while. Then I saw the smoke from Ember, and I didn't dare head that way. By the time I got back to Port Last, people were already talking about the massacre. No one around here seemed to know what really happened, so I figured I may as well embellish my involvement. No one's getting hurt, right? I don't mind lies, except when those lies can be used against me. Huh? What are you talking about? Anyway, the harm's already been done. The murderers are still loose and you're a witness. Do you understand now? No, I didn't even consider that. Everyone have an announcement. That should keep his mouth shut. We don't need him spreading any more of those wild tales before the trial. Well done, let's move on. Alright. That's pretty much it. Now we have to go back to town and deal with our trial. We're ready to stand trial. There's not anything else we can do about it. It is trial o'clock for us. Also, it got really dark really fast outside. Except for the giant spotlight shining into my room. I'm not even kidding. If I had... No, I do have a webcam, but I'm not going to bother showing. It's not a big deal. But, like, there's giant spotlights in the parking lot pointed up at the building. Probably to highlight, like, the sign or something like that. Advertise the hotel, but... It doesn't do well for me because I have a giant light shining into my room all night. And you might be like, well, don't you have blackout blinds? Kinda. But they don't go all the way across the window. So there's always a gap between each side of the blackout blinds. So yeah, that's what I gotta deal with. I haven't had a great sleep here. I don't usually mind light at a reasonable light level, but this light is very light. But then again, I'm not paying for the room, so I'm not gonna complain. I also get free breakfast, which is actually pretty damn good, and free lunch. So you know what? Of the things to complain about, I can deal with a little bit of sleep problems if it means I don't have to pay for anything. I'm good with that. So let's go do our trial. It's time to stand trial for our alleged crimes. I mean, we've done a lot of things, but massacring townsfolk is not one of them. Sort of. Let's quick save because this is going to be a big thing. Well met, I'll go to your travels. Do you know anything of the battle fought in West Harbor against the King of Shadows long ago? If memory serves, that was where the King of Shadows was defeated. We lost almost every soldier of Neverwinter to a man in that battle at West Harbor, and we suffered terrible losses. When their bodies were recovered, it said as if they were rotted, decayed as if devoured from within. Horrid. The King of Shadows was said to have a legion of demons at his command, and many villages did not survive the battles along the Mere, as West Harbor did. But the exact purpose of it, this sorcerer, or being, was never known. Who were we supposed to talk to about this thing? Oh. Oh, Sir Neville. Okay, we talked to her. Okay, we're good. We're good. We just talking to the wrong person. Sir Neville. How goes your investigation? Our mages and scouts have turned up nothing. I think I found enough clues to prove my innocence. If you're certain, but I wouldn't put it past those Luskans to find some counter-evidence, and then they'll have you executed. Are you sure? Yep, let's do this. Alright, let's take this to Lord Nasher. Time to trial. It's a very black screen. Oh, there we go.
Lord Nasher Alagandar, Defender of Neverwinter, and Reverend Judge Olef Uskar, Lord Justiciar of Tyr.
Bring in the accused.
Oh, they took off my crown.
Reverend Judge, let the trial commence.
We are gathered here to determine the truth of the crime committed in the small village of Ember. Its people slaughtered to the last man, woman, and child. Under Tyr's guidance shall the truth of this matter be revealed, and justice delivered. Is the accuser here?
I speak for those the accused slaughtered at Ember, and I am here to see that justice is carried out this day.
I was going to make a barb about how a king can't judge another king, but apparently I don't have my crown, so... I think the ambassador speaks out of turn. No guilty verdict has been issued.
The dead of Ember speak strongly enough of your guilt. How can you simply stand there after what you've done?
The accused is correct, Ambassador. This trial has barely begun.
Forgive me, Reverend Judge. I am afraid my conviction got the better of me.
Any more slips of the tongue, Ambassador, and the court will not look favorably upon it.
Of course, my lord.
Well done.
And is the accused here? And his defender?
We are present and eager to bring the truth of this matter into Tyr's sight, Reverend Judge.
Very well. We now list the items presented by the accused in their defense, and they will be shown to the people of the court, Lord Nasher, and held aloft for the eye of Tyr to see. First off...
It may take a while for them to get through all the evidence, bless it, and the rest of the ritual nonsense, so if you have anything you want to ask, now's the best time.
Do you have any advice?
Torio is an arrogant creature, but she is not a Luskan ambassador for nothing. This court is her theater, her arena, and she has had years of experience in treachery and twisting words.
We'll see
While
about
evidence helps a case, she knows it is often the drama, the belief of everyone here as to who is guilty and who is not that will ultimately win the day. Do not forget that the rabble are here today to see someone hang. Unless you can convince them that you have been wronged, and grievously so, it is an uphill battle you fight.
What strategy would you suggest?
It is somewhat unorthodox, but playing upon the animosity between Luskin and Neverwinter may help you.
Unorthodox suits me fine, and Luskin's been quick to use it any way they can.
But that will only go so far, and may even help Torio in convincing the court that your actions may have been an attempt to start another war which no one in Neverwinter wants. I cannot give you a clear strategy, but remember that trading diplomatic words with Torio will be difficult. Do not resort to such a duel unless you feel you can absolutely win. And do not threaten her or try to bluff her unless you are equally certain. If you fail, you are bound for the gallows for certain.
Then I'm ready to face this, shall we?
Very well.
And that is the evidence before us.
Perfect. Look at their faces. Torio's got quite a task ahead of her. That little harpy. Let's see her fly out of this little trap.
The accuser, Ambassador Torio Claven of Luskin, may now call witnesses to the stand.
These pieces of evidence, if that is what they truly are, can easily be explained away. It may seem extensive, but our witnesses will tell a different story.
Forgive me, Ambassador, but are you speculating on the truth of the evidence?
Speculate? The truth is what we are here to determine. Everything is in question.
Is it? You seem quite certain of our guilt. Are you admitting that it is also in question?
Of course not, and I aim to prove it.
Which is it, Ambassador? Are we guilty or not in your eyes? I am finding it difficult to find the truth in your wordplay.
I suggest you hold your tongue. I think you will want to hear what my witnesses have to say.
Our diplomacy skill is pretty good.
My, she has a temper. Well done. I am impressed.
I understand that you wish to stall the witnesses about to speak, but there is really nothing more your wordplay can do to prevent it. In any event, let me call my first witness.
Who is?
Now, I have an objection.
Who are you?
I don't know who's been casting aspersions on my friend here, but I'll have no more of it. Seems to me this travesty of justice needs its curtains drawn, it does.
And who is this?
A well-known tradesman in truth. Venton Orley, your ambassadorness. And I say the accursed is innocent.
Accused.
Do you know this man? I do not know whether he is a Luskan deception or one from your friend Goodman de Vries.
What do you think we should do, Sand?
I have no idea. He seems more the fool than a witness. Thank you for consulting me, by the way. It is good to know that you have some faith in my counsel.
Is this one of your witnesses, Sand? You seem confused.
He may be confused, but I'd like to hear what he has to say.
Seems to me whatever coward and scoundrel or Luskin-loving Luskin who killed all those people in Ember wasn't this one. I have the truth of my own 2 eyes to back it up. He was drinking with us in the sunken flagon all
God.
that time. I swear upon my life and every god I worship.
So he was drinking with you this whole time, for several days.
Have you ever seen him drink? Wouldn't be asking that question if you had. You should come out and down a tankard or 2 with us, by the way. Ambassador, is it? You look like it could be a little fun, you could.
This trial concerns Ember. Please stick to the matter at hand.
Aye. I know where I'd like to stick my hand, I do.
The crowd loves him.
Why, he's undermining Torio. He's making it a fool's court on purpose, just to upstage Torio to make her lose her demeanor.
This man is a drunk and an offensive one. I ask that he be removed from the courtroom and allow the trial to proceed.
Our perform skills not good enough? Please remove him from the court.
Enough! I will not be shuffled aside like the poor people of Ember, nor allow my name to be slandered in court. Who remembers the war? I do. The Luskin War, the unprovoked assault. Now they try to do the same, with words. Down with the Luskin attackers, whatever weapons they use. Down, I say. Now that I have said my piece, I will walk out on my own 2 feet, not ordered out by Luskin interlopers. Freedom for Neverwinter!
Well, now that that outburst is done, perhaps we can get on with the real trial, shall we? I think this case has barely scratched the surface of what happened at Ember. However, the question is, how has the accused behaved in other circumstances?
Oh God, don't do
Let us
that.
examine the accused's character in a place closer to home.
No.
I call forth a merchant of Neverwinter, Raylene, to speak on the...
Hello? Hello, my, what a crowd. Are they all here for me?
Yes. Raylene, well met.
Is there something I should know? She's not like Grobnar, is she?
Oh, look at that. I recognize him. Is he the accused?
Yes. And you recognize him, you say?
Why, yes, as I explained to you. Came by to ask for a donation, not to break
Oh,
my shop
God.
into little pieces. I was quite honored. And I'd finally achieved the status I'd been working for some time.
So the accused threatened you.
I believe the word honored speaks for itself, Ambassador.
You will have your turn to address these charges. For now, hold your tongue.
Honored was the word, yes. And it's true. It was quite a help to my business, too, as the accused no doubt intended.
But the accused honored you by threatening you, correct?
Oh, well, yes. Took me a while to figure it out, though. Still, I was more than pleased to pay the gold. Meant more recognition, you know.
I see. Extortion of one of Neverwinter's merchants, one who cannot even defend herself. I am not certain there is a truer test of one's character.
Am I done? Can I talk about my shop?
No, you are done. Thank you, Raylene.
Forgive me, Ambassador, but I have not had a chance to speak with my friend yet. Raylene, can you stay a while longer?
Your friend? What, so you can threaten her more?
I'd love to. We haven't had a chance to talk much since your visit. I'd love to catch up.
How have you been? How's business?
Since you stopped by, why, it's excellent. People seem to notice the shop more, and the number of people dropping by, why, I really can't thank you enough.
That's all I wish to know. Thank you, Rilene.
Oh, well, it was good seeing everyone. Please stop by. I have payments to make in order to keep the shop at one piece, you know.
Very well. Ambassador, do you have another witness?
Another witness, yes. And a most important one, Reverend Judge. Unknown to many, the people of Ember were not slaughtered to the last woman and child.
The Luskins must have gotten to Elaine.
I call on Elaine, the last living resident of Ember, to speak on what she saw that fateful day.
This might not be so good.
Elaine, thank you for coming here. I know how difficult it must be, but you realize that you are the only voice of Ember that survived that terrible tragedy. Now, please tell the court what you saw.
I saw the accused. They're at Ember. He killed them all.
Elaine, no.
Chandra, can you say anything?
What do you expect me to say to her? You and I aren't exactly best friends. Anything I said would just hurt things more.
This isn't good. We need to change the course of the river streaming from her eyes, or we're all going to hang.
Reverend Judge, I wish to cross-examine the witness.
It will be allowed. All sides of an issue must be heard. For now, Ambassador, continue.
Go on, Elaine. Tell us what you saw.
All those people. And they had no weapons. They had no way of fighting back.
But the accused slaughtered them all, did he not?
Yes,
Leading the
I
witness.
saw it all. I took refuge in Port Last. There was nowhere left for me to go.
You are safe now, Elaine, and the accused cannot harm you here. What more proof is needed? We have a witness that saw the accused perform the deed. Perhaps we should move on to the sentence now. The accused's guilt is plain.
I have some questions first.
Of course. Please, the trap has already closed. There is no squirming out of it now.
We spoke in port last and you admitted there was a possibility that it was someone disguised as me, correct?
Yes, I did.
What?
You heard her, Ambassador. Actually, it seems she just retracted her certainty of what happened. Could have been somebody who looked like me.
Forget this. Clearly the witness is too distraught to give her testimony properly. So, let's choose someone who's not affected by Ember at all. Someone the accused knows all too well. I call forth Chandra Jarrow.
What?
Chandra, feel free to speak to Torio if you wish.
I'd rather spit on her. Besides, there's nothing to testify about.
Come now, Chandra. Don't be afraid. We are in a court of law. You may speak freely here.
About what? About these false accusations?
No. I am interested only in your interactions with the accused. You travel with him, do you not?
I do.
Let me ask you a question. Have you ever observed the accused causing, or near, any acts that compare to the destruction at Ember?
I really don't think that...
Answer the question.
No.
Not even your home?
Well, yes. But that was different. There were...
And wasn't your home attacked twice, and is now burned to the ground?
Well, yes, but that was after...
Next time when I ask you a question, I want you to answer it, Chandra, without objecting or giving me exceptions. You are safe here, and you need not fear the accused anymore. Because you see, what I am most concerned about, Chandra, is what you think. What you really think of the accused. We know something of his activities in Neverwinter already, as well as the lands around. So think carefully before you answer.
Hope you've been treating her well. She's about to come clean.
Is he someone who might do such a thing?
No. No.
Ah, and the tone reveals all. Thank you for all your help, Chandra. I think this matter will soon be brought to a close.
We
I
might be
hope
found
you
guilty.
get what you deserve, Ambassador.
My dear, all I want is justice.
I like the chance to call my witnesses now.
In a moment. But there's one more witness who's critical to this case. Why, I call the accused as a witness, of course.
Then ask what you will, and I shall speak the truth.
My question is a simple one. Why did you kill the people of Ember?
Ambassador, you presume guilt when no verdict has been reached. I am innocent of these accusations.
So you have not been to Ember, not seen the dead at your feet?
Ambassador, I went to Ember to see the murder for myself, not to commit it.
So you were in Ember. Why? That is Luskan lands, yet there is no record of an invite or permission to enter our land. It seems we may have hit upon yet another crime, a trespass resulting in murder of the worst kind.
It is well known that when there is animosity between Luskan and Neverwinter dating back to the war, and when tragedy strikes, each has been known to blame the other first.
We do not need a history lesson here. Ember is all that concerns us.
History is important to this case, as are borders and treaties established by such history.
We will allow it.
Very well.
We are all familiar with the Luskan War and the atrocities committed during the Luskan aggression.
There is no need to dwell on past.
The burning of much of Neverwinter, the slaughter of many of its people on the streets as Luskan fought for control of the city. It is well documented.
Reverend Judge, we are not here for a recounting of old wars.
And furthermore, many of the atrocities within Neverwinter committed by Luskan forces somehow bear a striking resemblance to what occurred at Ember.
Indeed. And what dusty tome or witness shall you grasp for next in your defense? Please, amuse me with a name.
I believe the Lord's Alliance account of the Luskan War, an impartial script, contains specific examples. Shall I recount them?
Enough of this diversion. You have distracted us from the matter at hand, but not for long.
Yes,
Let
I
us
did.
see if your witnesses prove as capable. No more questions, Reverend Judge.
Very well, Ambassador. The accused may now present their witnesses.
May
Okay.
I have a brief opening speech with some cutting barbs prepared, but if you'd rather be found innocent as quickly as possible...
Go ahead, I want to hear this part.
Thank you, Reverend Judge, Lord Nasher, and fine people of Neverwinter. These allegations are a farce, my lord. I mean to show you the innocence of this man, a squire of Neverwinter, and the falsehood of the accusations against him. The evidence of the ambassador from Luskan is a transparent, ill-conceived ploy to destroy the life of one of Neverwinter's loyal servants.
The accused has only been a squire for a short time, conveniently promoted after the massacre of the people of Ember. Perhaps as a reward?
Ambassador, you have had your say. Now it is time for the accused to speak. And as for you, Sand, I would refrain from such accusations without first presenting proof.
My lord, the difference is, in my statements can be found the truth. I was going to call Callum of the Neverwinter 9, the commander you met in Old Owl Well after the victory there. His voice carries a great deal of weight.
Certainly, why not?
For our first witness, I summon Callum of Neverwinter 9, fresh from his victory over the vicious orc tribes in Old Owl Well. Lord Callum, none can doubt your service and loyalty to Neverwinter, your successful defense of our sovereign lands. You have met the accused before, have you not?
He was a great help to me in defeating the orc bands at Old Owl Well in earlier months. Were it not for his assistance, the well would now be held by the orcs. The soldiers of Neverwinter and the realm itself owe a deep debt of gratitude to him, and it is a travesty that these foul charges have been levied against him.
Thank you, Lord Callum. We are ever grateful to hear the words of one of the 9.
As are the people of Luskan. Tell me, Lord Callum, you say you met the accused in Old Owl Well, did you not?
I did.
Yet, the accused was not a member of the Neverwinter forces at the time. Why was the accused there?
Let's try diplomacy. Lord Callum had sent out word for all forces in the region to fight against the orcs, and the Grey Cloaks welcome anyone who can bear a sword.
Yes, but little word of the open recruitment for Old Owl Well had reached Neverwinter. And there is no record of the accused being part of the Watch or the Grey Cloaks. And I can't help but notice how the accused describes the Grey Cloaks' ability. It seems ungrateful to describe your fellow soldiers in such a way, if they truly are your fellow soldiers.
Ooh.
But that is merely something for the court to consider. I have only one last question I wish to ask. Lord Callum, I have heard you express that the charges in this court are a travesty, and that they are unwarranted.
That is true. I feel the charges are unfounded.
Is it because they are given by Luskan?
Luskan has much to gain by casting down heroes of Neverwinter. Do I trust that Luskan brings such charges in good faith? I do not. Nor do I trust your motives, Ambassador. There is a reason that low justice and high justice were divided by the Luskan-Neverwinter Treaty, and I do not believe that any Luskan court or advocate has justice on their mind.
But you do know that the voice of the accused's counsel is from Luskan, do you not? From the ranks of the Hostour of the Arcane, before he fled?
That banshee!
Ooh, sand.
No, I did not.
The history of my council nor the origin of the charges against me have no bearing on this case. It is Ember that concerns us.
I agree. This matter concerns Ember, and whether the accused, who has sacrificed for Neverwinter on many occasions, merits such accusations. The origin of such charges or slander on the counsel of the accused has no bearing on the crime itself. I misspoke, but your behavior here, Ambassador, only grants support to my words. If there's nothing else, I think we've all wasted enough time here.
I thank Lord Callum for his time, Reverend Judge. My questions have been answered to my satisfaction.
I see Naya, the herbalist we helped in Port last. I was thinking about bringing her to the stand. She could be good for our defense.
I agree. Let's do that.
The accused calls Naya, resident of Port Last. Naya, you encountered the accused in Port Last, did you not?
That's correct. I remember the accused well.
Well met again, Naya.
And well met to you. It is good to see your face again.
Could you tell us what happened?
I have been at Port Last for the past season to help fortify the town's defense. Though my duties occupied all of my time, I was concerned about the unburied bodies in Ember. I knew from a former acquaintance, a follower of Kelemvor, that after dying such violent deaths, it was possible they could arise as undead. But I could not see to them and could not convince anyone to help until the good squire came.
It was the least I could do to help, considering how much you were doing.
The squire agreed to put the dead to eternal rest.
To hide the evidence, perhaps? This is meaningless.
It pains me to hear you make such light of an important task, Ambassador.
And it pains me to hear you use it as a cloak for your crime. Now, are you done attempting to hold off a verdict? Or are you ready at last to face justice?
No, at least one more witness, I think, and we shall close the curtain on this stage. Chandra, please come forward.
Sand, no!
This is for Ember, not me, Chandra.
All right, you've got a good point. Go on, Sand. Ask your questions.
Chandra, you know the accused. You have traveled with him, have you not?
I have.
And this crime of which he is accused? As one who knew the people of Ember, of Port Last, do you really think him capable of such a crime?
No, not at all. Look, don't get me wrong. Trouble seems to come at his heels. But it's how he deals with those troubles that makes me say no. He keeps trying to make things right, even when things are at their worst. And it's really hard not to admire that and stick by it no matter what.
I think that says it all, Chandra. Thank you. I have no more witnesses, Lord Nasher.
The parties have spoken. Now all that remains is judgment to be passed. Lord Nasher.
I expect Lord Nasher has already come to the correct decision.
I certainly hope so. It's evident this was a conspiracy to frame a loyal squire of Neverwinter as a criminal of the worst sort.
Silence, Sand. I have heard enough from you, and from you, Torrio. And it is enough for me to reach a decision. The case before me was a difficult one. But it seems we now know the identity of Ember's attackers. Naval, I want the Ambassador, her retinue, and any remaining members of the Arcane Brotherhood of Luskan outside the city gates by nightfall.
What? This is no verdict. To think the Brotherhood truly responsible.
You brought this case before me. Now you debate my verdict? I would be careful of where you point a sword when you draw it, Ambassador. And remind your masters in Luskan of that as well. I think we've wasted enough time on this. Justice has been done, and...
I claim the right of trial by combat.
Ambassador, I am tired of your games, and I will indulge you no longer.
In a matter of such importance, you would deny me my sacred right of appeal? Can Lord Nasher do that, Reverend Judge? Can he put himself above our god tier in this matter?
He cannot. The ambassador from Luskan is entitled to an appeal, as she describes.
Okay, we're going to actually pause here because we're way over time. In the next video, we're going to finish up our trial. So, like always, if you have any suggestions or comments, please leave them below. Otherwise, I'll see you guys next time. Take care.